Bucha, a quiet suburb of Kyiv set amongst the pines that's become synonymous with the death and destruction of the war. This was an entire Russian armored vehicle column that was wiped out, and it stretches the length of this city street, probably 500 meters or so. And I have to be very careful where I'm walking because there are live rounds, there's live ammunition, there's also, and this is gruesome, body parts. We recorded this April 3rd, just about 48 hours after Russian troops retreated from northern Ukraine. That was then, and this is now. Gone are the charred and mangled carcasses of the Russian armored column that was decimated here, along with the body parts and the bodies of civilians laying in the yards. Among the many victims of the atrocities that Ukrainian officials say Russian forces committed here. This, as residents of this small city outside Kyiv start to return to their homes to pick up the pieces of their lives shattered by the war. Among them, Dmytro and his wife Tatiana and their children, 5-year-old Anna and 11-year-old Nazar. They did not want to give their last names out of fear. We met them outside St. Vladimir Cathedral in Kyiv. They've been staying with a family friend in Ukraine's capital city since escaping Bucha as the fighting raged. The church bells rang as if welcoming us as we sat and talked. Tatiana and Dmytro told me about the harrowing week spent in their neighbor's basement when Russian troops invaded Bucha. They had moved to the city from Donetsk in 2014, fleeing one war only to wind up in another. Tatiana told me that when Russian troops broke down their front gate and entered their home, she begged them not to hurt her children, saying she and her husband were trying to protect them from the horrors of the war. He said Russian soldiers, instead of executing Dmytro, used him and several other neighbors as human shields, ordering them to march in front of the Russian armored vehicles while searching for Ukrainian snipers and looting the other homes. They say their neighbor, a young man, was shot and killed by a Russian sniper for no reason. Later, they would hear the other horrific stories. They say they haven't returned home since leaving because psychologically and emotionally it's very difficult, understandably, but they say at some point they will. However, they're concerned about what they may find upon returning. If the house is still standing, it is, or if Russian forces looted the inside or even left booby traps and tripwires behind. We're told many of these homes have been cleared of mines, but we found plenty of damage left behind. The downed power lines, shot up buildings, and the tree split in half by a mortar round that landed just behind the backyard where a Christmas tree remained standing. A reminder, perhaps, of a happier, more peaceful time.